Hello guys, today I'll show you how to use the Confluence and Jira Automation to create a Confluence content with dynamic data from a Confluence template. So that means that using the Jira Automation, we can create a dynamic content that might contain the issue data or any created variables inside the Jira Automation. So for example, in this video, based on a template like this, the Jira Automation will create a page with dynamic content from Jira issues and other variables created inside the Jira Automation. So let's get started. Here are all the steps that I will go through one by one in this video. The first one is create a new page from a template. It's very simple step like a native Jira Automation step. And the second one is we will have send another request to retrieve the Confluence page format. So that based on that format, we will replace the placeholder variables with the real data. And then the last step, we send another put request to edit the original page with the replaced data. So the first step is creating a Confluence template. We just make it very easy. Go to the Confluence setting and search for the global templates and blueprints like this, and add a global template because I have created a new one. So let's use this one. In my test case, the Confluence templates will look like this. I'm using some placeholder text like this. So these placeholder values will be replaced with the real data when creating Jira Automation. Yeah. Let's perform the first step to create a new Confluence page from a template. So just go inside the global automation inside Jira. Create new rules. Let me try to make the manual trigger here. And I will use the public new page in Confluence. And I will select the space, the parent page, and a title like test creating a new page. And I will put the smart value now to make unique title. The template, I will use the low-code high values, and the template, global template, low-code high value template. So for the page content, I will leave it empty for now. And click next. And you can select any template space because this template is the global one. So any template here is fine. Yeah. And then I will log the created ID, the created page ID, so that we will know what page ID is created by this action. I will use this smart value createdPageId, and let's see. Because this is the manual trigger, so I will open Jira issues so that I can run the manual rules into that issues. So just open a random issue here and click into the automation action button here and run the rules. Check the audit log, and it's running right now. So this action will create a new page that will, the content of this page will exactly the content from the template. So this is very limited because the automation can't edit the content during the creation, or we can't put any like dynamic data into that. This is very first step to create new page from templates. The second step is like we will get data from the created page to get the whole body format. And the trick, we use the page ID here and use another Confluence Cloud API. I'll give you guys the link into the description later. No worry about that. And to use this API, the page splash ID API, and I will go to the Postman and push the API link here like this with my domain. No worry, I will share the link of this API into the description for you guys. And I will paste the page ID here. Also, the param is the body format, the storage, so that it will also like print out and return the storage value for me. And of course, we have to put the authorization token. That's way to like a basic authorization to call on any Atlassian API. I'll share the link to like make a call to any API later, so you guys can follow to generate any like API token for calling API like this. For the response, you guys could see that it's return a body like this, and we have all the placeholder values inside the response, and we will access this data and replace these placeholder variables with the real data. So let's open the Jira issue again. The next step is send a web request, a get web request, and I'll copy the link, and this one I will replace by a smart value. This smart values is the created page.id value, but I will create another variable to save that value to use later as well. So I will create a create variable action, put the created page.id here, and I will name it created page ID, and I will use this here for the smart value, and I'll copy the authorization as well, and the content type application that flashes as well. I'll copy all these. Then after putting the authorization and the content type headers into this same web request, so remember to check the delay execution so that we can catch the return data in the next step. So in the next step, I will catch the response by create a variable. So you guys can check the format of the response here inside the action as well. So they say that we can use the web response.body to like access the whole response data. So I will name this one body format, body storage. But let's see the response data again. You will see that this is the whole body, and we have another body field and another storage field, then the value. So to access this value, we have to like access another 3 field in a row, like body, storage, and then value, like that. And the next step is like not very like beautiful step. We will use a simple shortcut like this. Each is the Java functions the replace function. The replace function will use the first string as the placeholder and replace with the real data here in the second parameter. So in my test case, I have 5 variables. So I try to replace these 5 placeholders with real data. The first one is hardcoded value. The second one is the data from the Jira issues. And the third one is variables that I declare in the automation itself. And the last one, two last ones, is another 2 fields inside the Jira issue. Yeah. And let's copy this whole value, but like remember to make it like this in the same one line so that the Jira automation can parse this one correctly. It doesn't look nice, but like we have to do that critically, right? And copy the whole line like this and place into this one. I will copy another action, the same action like this. So the check here is very important. So the first one, we save the response data into this body storage variable. And the second action, we use this body storage variable again and replace every placeholder with the real data. To go on to the next step, like the next step is I have finished the third step here to replace the placeholder variables with the real data. And the last step is send the put request to update the page content with the replaced data. So the put API here is this API, the update page API. So let's just like copy this whole body JSON and to paste that one into the automation rule. So let me copy this send web request again so that I don't need to like make too many changes. So the method is put API method, and the body will like custom data body. I will paste it here. For the version, I will just put it like version 2. And for the ID, this is the page ID. So to put it like created page ID that we have created the value before. And the title, I just use the same title here. But let me add another variable here as well for the title, like issue.key, or even just key is still fine. No need to issue, but like just put in here so that we know that it's from the Jira issue. And the value here is very important. This is the body storage value smash value. And in this body storage, remember to use the function add.JsonString so that we can escape all special characters to make the like valid value here. And don't forget to add test variable that I mentioned before is the variable that we have used in the body storage in the placeholder. So let's add another one is a testVar, and the value is a like dynamic value created for inside Jira Automation. Just put like this and put it into before step of the replacement because we use the testVar in this step. So we have to create the variables before this step. And then let's review again all of the action here, if anything correctly. Yeah, it is. And then click the update button. And let's test automation again. Running some errors, or let's see what is the errors. Invalid message. Okay, let's review the request body again. Okay, it's very important here. I see the mistake here. Because this function already returned a double quote. So please do not use the double quote here. So otherwise it will be two double quotes and the errors will be raised because of this. No double quote here, very important. And also for this one, because I copy from the previous step, so we have to remove this parameter as well. Okay, update the automation rule and then run the manual automation rule again. It's running right now. It's running right now. Okay, it's successful right now. And let's review the created page right here. We have the real data has been published into this page. So the very important note here, like this automation keep the same format of the text, like the same color, the same styling of the template that we have created before. So let me compare the two. In the left is the created page with a title like this. This is the issue.key, and this is the hard-coded value that we replace from this placeholder. And the task summary, the Jira task summary, that's either placeholder 2, and the placeholder 3 is the test variables created inside the Jira automation. And the other tools is the description, issue description, and the assignee of the Jira issue. So if you guys find this video useful, please like, subscribe, and I will provide you guys more useful video in the future for Jira automation trick and other tools like JBL and NAN as well. See you.